Hello, the internet. Gonna do some Lethal Company today. Probably starting within the next 40 minutes. In the meantime, make sure it runs properly. Stick around on the internet and be generally accessible on Discord is the plan. Rug Bug Red Fern Skinwalker. Interesting name. Let's see. Haven't done the New York Times connections in a couple days. I don't really have like a conscious plan for how I approach these. Lots of instruments. Wait. Ideal example. Symbol. Model. I think that's one. Embodiment. Interesting. Weird way to classify that. That's fine. Hmm. Hmm. Simmer. Simmer. I mean, like emotional simmer or some kind of two-step thing. Level of disconnect. Scimitar, symphony, simmer, symbol. It'd be weird because symbol is also there. So it can't be starts with sim. Not that I've seen anything like that before. Also a train. Train station, train conductor, train car, train track. Oh, just related to train. Not even a word thing. Wig. What are things that wig is? Hmm. Earwig, earwax, eardrum, earmark, I guess. It is the sim, but what's the actual connection? Just the sim sound? There is symbol. It's crazy. So almost every time I'm kind of stumped by what the heck the connection is for the fourth one. A bunny suit? In a hot minute. Listen to this song real quick and go back to trying to figure out what the heck the connection is from that. Great asset. You know, I'm surprised I haven't like heard that song anywhere. Symbol, scimitar, I mean, it has to be the noise, right? Starting with this, it's so crazy though. Whatever. Um, Strands is fun enough. Yeah. That's life. No, I'm pretty bad at this one. That's funny. Probably not picking up this noise, huh? Here, I'll start it over. For the sake of I recorded whatever.
first day on the job. This is your very own autopilot ship where you will
That's life.
of your contract. Make yourself at home. To complete the onboarding process, you will want to check the instruction manual and sign into your ship's computer terminal. We trust you will be a great asset to the company. Great asset.
Sit.
Great asset to the company. Asset. Great asset to the company. Asset. Great asset.
That's life. Is it a bad sign for my mental health that the first word I can think of is like pain? uh I wonder if this song is actually gonna get me muted. Proper credit. Well, they asked for proper credit. This is the song. White whale music. Nothing's jumping out to me in this puzzle. Relate. There's lots of REs. Air, rear.
Welcome to your first day on the job.
Okay, this is a 1 hour version of the same thing. Sure. Also by White Whale.
Make yourself at home. To complete the onboarding process, you will want to check the instruction manual and sign into your ship's computer terminal. We trust you will be a great asset to the company. Great asset to the company. Great asset to the company. Asset.
Alright, how are words constructed? Air. Dive. That's life. What word I associate with the theme that's life? Was an exclamation point. I would probably assume it's like photosynthesis or some shit. Or like I don't know. Sure. Also, hello, cousin. Is term in here? There is a term in here. Kind of cuts out this MAR. which is does not seem correct to me. Oh, also just this one. That's true. I don't want that one. I mean, bears are alive. I don't think three-letter ones are ever in it. So with this thing, yeah, it can go like all sorts of weird shapes. Oops, did not mean to do that. So every letter is used in the final solution. And generally, like, if I did this, then war would have to be a word. Right? Like, things don't cross over each other. Although I have seen a word like cross over itself before, so I don't know if that's a hard rule. Yeah. I am not particularly good at this game. I'm pretty good at the connections, like that's just kind of how my head works. Have you ever seen The Connections? I just finished it. But, oh, well. Good point, good point. This is just the solution to the connections, which is not helpful for demonstrating what the connections is like. That's true, that's true. That is making it harder to see things. Oops, what did I just do? Snipping tool? No, thank you. Why can I not scroll over this thing? There we go. Now I'm kind of blocking it a little bit. There we go. That's life. Hum. Getting very metaphysical. I mean, it's not actually able to be made, but the duality of life. There is usually one word that is some kind of like either just extra long or compound thing, but it's not going to be more than like that, right? This is the length that is basically the limit. I don't think it is a hard limit, but... And usually it's like 9 letters or so. I mean, I could just start guessing random words to get a hint. Because any random word gets me what's it? Oh, I guess it is keeping count of what I already had. Okay. Oop. I was looking for reap. Almost. I probably do. Yeah. Okay. Vote? Vote. What the heck? So I guess it's like citizenship, sort of? Huh. Still term is possible with that theme. I mean, that doesn't really go with the citizen thing. I'm very confused. I guess we know that these have to be these three letters are associated. Mar, Mram. Word that ends with ram. Feels like marriage might be a thing, but like doesn't. That's not how you spell it, anyways. Merriment. Mer.
Hey, Nate.
What up, Danny?
So how many people said they were gonna show?
Did not keep the most active count, but according to like RSVPs, 7, and and Ian and Elliot didn't RSVP on the thing, so I guess 9. Have you played any of the New York Times word games?
I have gamed all of 15 minutes in the last 2 months. So this is my
Sure.
first time getting back and having to relearn. I have to relearn the controls.
Sure.
And actually, I did get the mod list. I didn't actually take a look at what's in them.
It's pretty not transformative just because there's new like official content, so mostly we're just seeing what the heck that is like. Brawl. What is going on with this? So I guess maybe we have the life cycle of a person. So I'm playing the New York Times Strands game right now, which is, I don't know, it's a weird word game. Don't worry about it. I can't hear you, Elliot, by the way.
Well, that would be because I'm not speaking.
Okay, fair enough. How's it
Hello.
going?
Going all right. Going all right. How about you?
Doing pretty well. I mean, with the same L? I don't know if it lets. Oh, I guess it does.
I've been working with making my own graphics driver for fun.
Ooh. That sounds like
That sounds like your idea of fun, certainly.
Well,
what are you targeting with it?
So really I'm targeting these LED panels that I found on Adafruit. They're meant to be driven with FPGAs, but I'm gonna try driving it with a Teensy.
Oh.
So the Teensy is gonna keep track of what the frame buffer looks like at any given moment and handle all the refresh. And that's basically gonna be my graphics coprocessor, and then I'll just send frames over to it.
Nice.
Graduate is probably one.
And, eventually, I'm
Yeah,
gonna take another board
good
and
call,
I'll
good
write
call.
things like,
I think
you know,
it's
here's the
person's
API
life
for drawing
cycle.
a dot or a line or a circle,
Which makes marriage
and it'll calculate the frame and then send that process framed over to the Teensy
more possible.
CPU.
That makes sense.
And it'll just draw it.
Ending with S.
And this is what I do for fun.
It legitimately sounds fun. What's the model of the display?
What do you mean? What's the model of the... Oh,
Could be murder. Or are you seeing the U? I don't even see a U.
4x64.
Are you reusing this U?
And they're 3mm LEDs a piece, so like 192. Yeah.
Okay, that's awesome.
And then they can be daisy chained in any pattern. You just, setting them up. So when you write to the screen, when you put in like the first.
Oh yeah,
like,
that
dot,
makes sense.
You have to shift it all the
course.
way to the right if you want to get it to the far end. And when you daisy chain them together, you have to shift out of one and then shift into the other guy.
So ES or SE to start. ES to end or
And when
SE
you're
to
done
start.
shifting everything over,
Has to
there's
be a
thing
thing.
where you just say, okay, now take everything I just shifted in and draw it.
Probably retire, right?
Hey, did you ever do anything else with your Game Boy emulator? Or was that
Millie
just over after you went and got a real job?
Slim.
Funny story about that. So when I did get my quote-unquote real job, part of my employment agreement is that I wouldn't do certain types of projects on the side, and so my employer technically owns that emulator now, and I can't touch it. I don't know why. I literally moved out here.
They bought your project and then killed it.
They didn't buy it. They did a hostile takeover of it.
They bought you.
They did. So to answer your question, I did fix a few bugs, but I didn't push them into the Git repo because I don't want any activity because I want to keep my job. It's a mostly good job, and I don't. Yeah. So I hear you're talking about this LCD driver, and I am incredibly jealous because I would love to be able to do things like that. But for me, part of the fun is being able to, share it. Hey, I'm working on this stuff, and being able to post stuff on a GitHub repo or something, and I can't do that. So
that's eventually why I went with the company that I'm with now. It's just because so the stuff that I'm doing really doesn't compete with them in any meaningful way.
All my screens turned black.
Nate, I know you're.
And everything crashed. That's weird. Okay. Need to close everything, apparently. Wild. Think it probably can still hear me. Had this issue somewhat before. But I cannot check until I get everything back up and running.